There's a reason why therapists always say to find something that helps you slow down. And for me, this is it. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or all over the place, I come outside and just start working with my hands. And it always helps me settle a bit. So today I'm planting a few containers just in spots around the house that I see every day, like the front door, a couple of hanging planters, and two down by the lower gate. And I think about each one a little bit differently. Let me walk you through.
So the reason why I'm starting here today is because I pass all three of these planters on a daily basis and they are a complete mess. And it really doesn't make me feel proud of my home or my garden. So today we're going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to walk you through how exactly I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start with my hanging planters first.
I'm starting with these hanging planters, so the first thing I'm doing is clearing everything out. These were planted back in October, so the roots never really had a chance to establish before the cold set in, meaning that these plants come out really easily. Then I take a look at the soil, because you don't need to completely replace it every time. For me, this was fresh soil in the fall, and since these plantings didn't pull a lot of nutrients, it still looks really healthy. Since it's only been one season and I didn't have any pest pressures, I'm comfortable reusing it. I had also added compost back then, which I love for hanging planters especially because it helps retain moisture and improves the overall structure of the soil. So in this case, I'm going to leave the soil and remove just enough to fit the new root ball in. I'm using pansies in these hanging planters because they're cold tolerant, plus keeping them hanging up high protects them from deer, rabbits, and woodchucks. Planting them in the containers in the ground is a lot riskier for me. I've tried spraying them, but in my experience, it doesn't always work with pansies. And when it comes to color, I'm being really intentional. I have a lot of yellow and white daffodils blooming right now, so this soft buttercream yellow is a great color echo to what's happening around the garden. Plus, it really pops against the dark gray of the house. Next, I'm tackling the cement planters by the front door. I haphazardly planted tulips in here and they were absolutely beautiful for about a day. And then I came out here the next morning to find them completely decimated by the deer. So we learn, we adjust, and we try something new. So I'm planting 3 things in these urns: Ascot Rainbow Euphorbia, Northern Exposure Black Coral Bells, and Emerald Pink Moss Phlox. The Euphorbia is really the anchor here. It has great structure, it holds its shape, and that chartreuse color brightens everything around it, and it gives me something to build around. Now the deer will go after the coral bells, so I do need to be more proactive and make sure that I'm spraying them. And then the final layer is the moss phlox. Both this and the coral bells are perennials in my zone, hardy down to zone 3. So once I'm done with this container, I can move them into the landscape. I love the contrast here. That deep, almost black tone of the coral bells against the bright chartreuse of the euphorbia, and then the moss phlox, which will soften everything and start to fill in around the edges. Now I'm moving down to the lower gate. I'm starting the same way by clearing everything out and checking the soil. This area sits a good distance from the street, probably about 70 feet. So whatever I put here really needs to read from afar, something with a little bit more presence. But the selection at the nursery was still pretty slim and nothing really stood out to me. So the only thing I picked up were these 2 arrow blue spruce junipers. I love these because they hold their color year round, they have really strong upright structure, and they're extremely hardy and low maintenance. I've also planted them in a few other spots around the yard, so this helps to visually connect everything. And the same idea here, once I'm done with them in the containers, I can just plant them out into the landscape. But for the base, I didn't love any of the flowers at the nursery, so I just shopped my own garden. I dug up 2 hellebores and added in a hakonechloa, which isn't really up yet, but it will be soon. And then against my better judgment, I did go ahead and tuck in a few small viola seedlings that I had grown from seed. Now I know this is counterintuitive because I had just said that I wouldn't plant these at ground level because they're so much more vulnerable to deer. But I'm hoping because they're a bit more tucked away and hidden around some other plants that I'm okay taking the risk here, especially if I continue to spray.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to join my gardening community by subscribing to my channel. It's absolutely free, but it really does help me out. And if you learned anything and you felt that this was helpful, please make sure to also check out some of these other videos that I have of what to do when your garden feels overwhelming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.